I made a joke today. I was a random joke. I don't know where I was in this area. I have no idea because I'm a hack and I'm old and whatever. But I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about Jeff Foxworthy and it was like,
who doesn't?
So I wrote a tweet and it just said like, I'm probably gonna butcher my own unfunny tweet, but it was just like the joke was just it was quote. Life isn't given to people, Amanda. Life is a test, and I'm giving it. Fox leaked dialogue from the trailer for Foxworthy by Aaron Sorkin, because he's famous for giving a redneck test. Okay, so
wait, not Aaron Sorkin isn't famous for
no, Jeff Foxworthy.
He's the inventor of
so
walking and talking.
Foxworthy in all caps. So then I got so many tweets. And there was people like there was like one guy in particular that was like Foxworthy, is that about Jeff Foxworthy? Scratch that off my list. And I'm like, all right.
I want to meet that guy.
I know I'm 42, but I'm like what? What do you mean?
What did he mean?
And he's like he kind of stoops a little bit, albeit respectfully, like because he's not being condescending, but he understands that I didn't get his joke. And he goes like, the premise of the joke is that I mistook the title for being about Jeff Foxworthy, and so I was no longer enthusiastic about seeing the movie. And so I said, oh, I get it now, but you're still going to go see the movie, right? And he goes, well, now that, yes, to further bury the shame of my bad attempt at humor, yes, I will go see it. And I said, well, hold on a second. If they make if there's a movie called Foxworthy, they're going to have to expect you to make the association with the guy that you thought of immediately. So it wasn't a lame joke in a world where that movie exists. And he's like, you're okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I just like the idea of seeing those rednecks walking out of the movie theater puzzled. and he said, yeah, dumbasses.
Yeah.
So talk about failing a test. Like the famous test. The Jeff Foxworthy.
What's he doing? What happened to the test there at the end?
And
what's the famous test?
Andy, Dan's
I'm going to act like he's not here.
Dan's in a very weird place right now.
What's the...
But I'm trying. You guys don't. Okay, I'm the bad guy.
I don't think people would consider it a test.
You're saying you're a redneck when
right.
Dan sees that as Jeff Foxworthy issuing a test on you.
All right. Now hold on a second. All right.
If you can answer the following questions, you just might be a redneck.
That's exactly, literally his bit. That's why his set wasn't called Pollock jokes, or like he literally only just did that. Like,
you might be a redneck if.
Yes. He instead of saying, "How can you tell when a redneck screws in a light bulb?" he said, "You might be a redneck if." Boy, okay, all right, I'm the bad guy.
Well, you ruined the originality of his concept with that. Now I realize it seems like a familiar saw.
Well, also there's some poor kid out there now who's looking for that movie, and he's going to eventually find out that I was.
Didn't you worry about him the rest of the day? That guy, like, what have I done, and did I hurt his feelings? Because that's what I do on Twitter.
No, because he was. Well, I know. No, I worry.
Someone went, no. I care nothing for people in the virtual environment.
I worry about I worry about me doing my job of like fitting in and making people happy.
Yeah, well, I think the amount of time I spend on Twitter is exactly right. I mean,
Dan, you came. We took different flights out of New York. I landed in Seattle, and I had a bunch of notifications saying like, "Make him stop." I'm like, "Make what stop?" I laid on my bed and was like, I was like, how do I scroll back to the origin story?
I had a Twitter meltdown.
Is this true?
Of course it's true. That's a word that has an empirical definition, isn't it? How could you ever argue with it? If someone says you're having a Twitter meltdown, how could they ever be wrong?
Meltdown.
It's called Meltdown.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to you by Twitter.
I'm always thinking.
Andy, by the time Dan finishes the story, I want 3 more Rommel jokes.
Okay.
God damn it! You're making fun of the fact that the show isn't enough for his brain.
No, that's not what he's
his
doing.
Brain, no, I'm saying his brain is so commodious. Like
He can't. It can't be filled with my petty stories about defending my behavior.
You misread me. I have the same problem of everybody else in the world, which is like,
huge dick.
what's going on? How do I look? How do I look while this is happening?
Yeah.
Am I bombing? Am I not bombing? In general, every conversation, every minute, every meal, did I bomb? Am I bombing? Am I going over well?
Right.
So that's what you're sensing with me.
Which is all I've ever said. No, I'm not. Wait, now I'm worried, and I'm doing the same thing because I'm worried. You think that I have any problem with
We're doing an uncomfortable improv now. No. Let me say, before we go further, I was concerned.
That's the beautiful jellyfish, like crazy ballet that we do. If we could all just be honest about the fact that we all are constantly concerned, that as confident and wonderful as we think we all are, that there's a word for something that doesn't need any input at all or any perception of itself through other people's eyes, which is like a fucking rock or a air. Like, it's not worth living to be that. And it's like, we're primates. We're constantly fucking just like hacking it up and like trying to make sure that we're driving okay, and it swirls the irony that we also know that people don't like people that aren't confident, people that are care too much what other people think, and all that stuff. But yeah, and we all do that, and it's just like
only if you're self-aware you do that.
Right. If you're a fucking idiot, like 90% of the world, then I have to carry you, and then you go, "Where are my footprints?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker." It's my joke, the Foxworthy movie, not yours.
I'm the Jesus in that tweet.
Yes.
It's the worst when you make a joke and then someone tries to tag your joke with your literal joke as if they fucking came up with it.
Happens a lot.
So how can you think? Everyone kill yourself.
Yeah. Like to make up an example, let's say you just go like you're tweeting, you're watching a soccer game. I'm going to make up an example because I don't want to try to riff like real things. Like you're like, I thought it was weird of Pele to
Pele. I would go with Pele too.
I tried to pick a topic that wouldn't be distracting.
Yeah. Just generic soccer. Nothing current.
Cast your memories back to the early 70s.
You want to go with Ronaldo? You go with Ronaldo over here.
I'm as interested in you guys about Deflategate, but I thought it was weird of so and so to hand out such and such. Some comedy formula. So you tweet that, it's like a joke. So then there's like 8 replies underneath that where people who simply read what you said.
Yeah.
And apparently assumed that what you are in their life is just like some piece of driftwood that provides just fucking unentertaining information. And they're just like, they got their blinking tie on and they're just like, hey, what's that you say? You say that? Well, how about I connect it to that? Hey, what do you, hey, highway, haka waka waka. And it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I just said my joke is dry and subtle and like should be recognizable as a joke.
Blinking tie, that's what I would have gone with in the 80s.
Merry Christmas.
With the blinking tie.
I was like
You got Pele, blinking tie.
I guess you'd have to think of a real example. Well, God, it happens like 9 times a day.
Anytime you do anything that teeters towards satire or irony, someone's going to
totally misinterpret it.
Absolutely think, like, just read it literally.
And then make their own joke. There would be nothing, absolutely nothing. In fact, it would be shameful. It would be market research, for instance, to find out that if somebody was like, what do you mean? That doesn't seem like a good thing for Pele to do at all. And you go like, you know what? My joke didn't land. Thank you, sir. Like you know what? That's 1% of the audience, but it still counts for me. Like I'm gonna work hard. I'm a kindler about it. I'm a kindler. But it's the thing that fucking it just scrambles my circuits is when somebody's like Pele, more like melee, since and you're like, wait, but it doesn't, you can't, no, you're using my launch pad is not your point of departure. I mean, it's fictional. I made a joke. You live in a joke world. You're satirizing a joke universe. You didn't even think about anything. You're just connecting words. I just insane. And what do you say? You can't say. I just don't know what to do. And everyone goes like, "You didn't do anything. Why are you on Twitter? You're such a loser. Why are you on Twitter?
I love when people say
Why are
that.
you having a meltdown? Why are you wasting your time talking to me? That says a lot about you. Oh, look at you. You're gross. You know what? You're a piece of shit. Did you like making that guy feel bad? Well, guess what? You're fat." Oh, so it's bad to make us. Yeah, nice try, but what you did was unacceptable. But you're fat, and you're not funny, and your show got canceled, and you're not like, I know what you're trying to do, and it doesn't feel like anything. That's my point. I can't feel. How much clearer could I be that I ran into the streets and smashed a Ferrari that was driving by and plucked the least likable background person that existed in that moment and bit its head off after saying, I'm going to bite this guy's head off. Do you know why? Because I'm getting a divorce and I'm very unhappy with myself. Good thing it happened to the one fucking guy that deserved it. Hilarious. Don't follow me if you don't like it. Don't fucking, but all of the fucking, like this weird, contingent of people, oh, I saw the Paste magazine article. I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? I am so sorry that the shit I go through in my kitchen at 3 a.m. ends up in something called Paste magazine. I am not complaining about that at all. However, I will tell you, that has nothing to do with me. Your relationship with Paste magazine is not my fucking problem. Starting with the fact that that's where you get your news. And ending with the fact that you follow people you hate. And that you seek to destroy them by being so mean to them, and that you're so bad at it that I just want to kiss you because you can't even hurt my feelings. Chevy Chase? Oh, that hurts so bad. You're right. I am so famous. I really am so untalented for how much money I have. You're doing great. Have you considered being Hannibal Lecter? You really got that saying exactly what's gonna undo them thing down. Nobody. I went and sat on my back patio and I was watching my dogs take a shit after 48 hours of me going I did this, and then people are like, I saw that article in HuffPo, and you're a bad person. I'm like, again, I don't know what you're talking about. This is my only place. I fucking said, I'm going to pull this kid's legs off. Then I did it. I went back through it several times. It's very funny. I feel nothing. It's my whole point. I said it. I've never been more confident in anything I've done in my entire life. What is the opposite of a meltdown? A build-up? I built up... What? Giant roach. Okay.
Where is that?
As long as it's something that never happens in LA and was worth... derailing a god! I made that roach.
See, you're contrite about it, at least. That's nice.
No, I'm not.
I'm joking.
I am not at all, because like I said, I went through it. I'm no, it's just funny. It was like an art piece. I don't know this person. Why are people so rude to each other? And I kept saying to people over and over again, hey, it's weird. It's almost like you shouldn't be mean to people. You never know when someone's going to be really good at it. It's crazy. Well, that's why I'm not mean to people. I've never said a bad thing to fucking this guy. It terrifies me. If you want to be on Andy Kindler's bad side, bad idea. That's terrible. So I'm polite.
He's it's like Rommel would say.
Well, Rommel would say, hey, look, Richardson, you know how we're going to be protected on this mission? We're in a tank. Calm down.
I like that one of the Nazis tankers is Richardson. He should have been spotted for the English spy he was.
I like that. I also like that Rommel has this really intimate relationship where he's like, look, I'm fighting Patton over here. We're playing a game of human chess on the order of millions. But this fucking Richardson guy.
Richardson.
I can't help it. I'm Rommel. I play to the guy in the back.
I don't trust this new Churchill who's on the crew.
Okay, guys, we're going to take the flank. There's going to be a sacrifice of human life, but you should think about it as laying a carpet down for a 1,000-year Reich. Richardson, so help me God. Don't you give me that fucking look. What would I do? What would I do? Richardson, you know what you do.
Hey, Greenberg, you look nervous. What's the problem, Greenberg?
Would you stop sweating? Why are you so nervous all the time?
You're like a Jew. If I didn't know better, I think you were a Jew.
So help me Christ if we get through this. And we successfully cleanse the globe of every race other than white people. I will personally make sure that your children are paired in a way that makes them the new minority. And it won't be hard because all science points to the idea that exegeny is the key to genetic health.
General, sorry to interrupt you. You're wanted in the front right now. I hate to interrupt you talking to the...
Are you doing something real, or is this part of the bit?
I was just saying...
Are you doing Rommel? Is that Rommel?
I'm saying... I'm an adjutant. I'm an aide de camp. And I'm saying Rommel... I know how...
Oh, at the front?
Yes.
I thought you meant the front of the bookstore.
No, the front... You're the general.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a war happening, and we need you out at the front. You're kibitzing.
You know
right
what?
now.
That's the last thing I need right now is your aggravating war news. That's Rommel.
You're the general of the African Corps.
I can't hear it right now. I'll be in my even more protected quarters of the tank.